What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Dad's Intervention Podcast, Season 3, Episode 1. It's your favorite dads. It's your man, Ace Brown.
It's your boy, Bill the Billionaire.
Tiki Comedy. God bless you.
Thank you. I feel better now.
Oh, God bless you. God blessing you at this very moment, sir.
Every single day.
Okay. All right. Yes, he does. What we ain't going to do is get into a scripture right now.
You know he will.
Yeah.
You know he's good for it.
Dad's Intervention Podcast. You can catch us on all social media platforms, Dad's Intervention Podcast, as well as podcast platforms. Go ahead and check us out. If you can't, check us out on our YouTube page, which you are watching it properly right now. All right, today's segment is the Ask Dad, where Bill comes up and he lurks the streets and finds questions for us great dads to go ahead and talk about it. So, Bill, take it away.
All right, so people, y'all know if y'all ever got any questions for the dads, y'all can send them questions into Dad's Intervention Podcast at gmail.com, and we will get ahead and read your questions right here on the show. So we got a question from a dad, and it says, in the subject, shouldn't we talk? So it goes like this. I have been the father of my wife's daughter for 13 years. She has a child from another marriage. Her 17th birthday came, and her mother bought her an $80,000 car. She is the breadwinner, and we can afford it, but I feel disrespected that she didn't speak with me about this purchase. My boys tell me I shouldn't get involved because she's not my biological daughter. How do y'all feel about this situation, and don't you think we should talk?
That's a good one. Ace.
I'm gonna say that if you guys can't afford it, yes, you should have talked about it. I think maybe you need to bring it up and not make a big stink about it because you guys can't afford it. It's not like it's hurting any bills or anything like that. But maybe you should just say, hey, going forward, where do I stand as the man and as the father of the children or the child? Because if you're just going to make decisions without me being able to chime in on it, then it's removing me out of having a say so with, the baby, well, not the baby, but the daughter and anything else going around here. I mean, yes, you are the breadwinner. However, the thing is, I should have some kind of a say so, being as though I am a man and this is a relationship or a marriage. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that you should make a big stink about it. But at the same time, I do think that you should bring it up in maybe just a casual conversation. Hey, that's cool that you bought, Jessica the Bentley, but, going forward, babe, I think that you should have came to me because Jessica don't even know how to beat the horn. She's going to tear some Bentley up. Yeah. And those are the type of things that you can bring it up. But I wouldn't listen to your boys and not say anything. But I also wouldn't just jump out the window because it's not like she basically hurt the household in the process.
How you feel about that, dude?
I agree. I think this should have been a conversation. Not like for permission, but a conversation. Like, this is what I want to do for the birthday. Like, let her be surprised. I don't want to be surprised too. Mm-hmm. Let me look like I had something to do with it.
Yeah.
True. We supposed to be a parental front, and let me be a part of the surprise.
Exactly.
So you bought the $80,000, so let me buy the ribbon to put on top.
Unless
the ribbon costs too much. Now, the ribbon is like $300. You can buy that too. I'll buy the air freshener.
I'll tie it.
I'll put air freshener on the wind, but I want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
That whole thing. That's why I'm saying, like, let's be a part of it. If you want to spend the money, spend the money. If you believe that she deserves it, spend the money. I'm not even mad about that, but let me be a part of the surprise. Mm-hmm. Because I don't need to come outside like,
yeah.
Then like, okay, so he had nothing to do with this.
Exactly. I definitely agree. And the thing that stood out to me the most, I think he said he's been so he's been in this child's life for 13 years, and she's 17 right now. Okay, so he's been in her life since she was 4 years old.
Right.
Okay, so it's not like he's just like some new dad, you know what I'm saying, that just came around when the baby, child was growing. Like, he's been in this child's life pretty much all her life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the other dad's situation is, if the dad is still here or whatever it may be. But my thing is, one, she definitely should have talked to him because of the fact of, I've been in this child's life, and this child is not only your daughter. I married you and took y'all both in, and I look at your daughter as she is my own daughter, if she is my biological thing. So that whole thing with the boys talking about, yo, that's not your biological daughter, so I wouldn't even say nothing. No, no, blood can't make us family. You know what I'm saying? Because I still was probably changing this kid, picking her up. She called me dad, doing all this kind of stuff. And then it comes to this special day for every kid. They want to, when they get their license, and, if you're able, to buy those type of cars, you want to get, oh, mom, dad, thank you. You don't want to just be like, mom, thank you. And I'm just sitting here looking, I can't compete with that. I can't go buy, you just got an $80,000 car. What can I do to do something? A gas car. Like, I'll fill you up for one.
But not to cut you off, also, like D said, mom, dad, thank you. Let me be a part of the celebration.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When that card says from us,
yeah,
even if you bring a small scale, when we all do gifts with our kids, it never says from dad. It always says from mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And mom and dad should at least know what the child is getting, so mom and dad is both on the same page.
Exactly.
And that comes from a conversation. There are times that T and I, we'll sit there and look at each other. Like, for example, Christmas came, and T did a lot of the shopping for Christmas. And when the girls was opening up stuff, yeah, I was shocked too. You know what I mean? But I played it off because we mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that it wasn't where I didn't know nothing about it. I just didn't know, we actually did go through with this.
Yeah.
But it wasn't mentioned. So I think that if there was, and I'm going back to my statement, if there was no mention at all, there should have been a conversation. If there was a mention of a car, then maybe you are looking at something way deeper because of the value of the car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
No, I get, because like you could have got a Honda, I would have been cool. You know what I'm saying? So it might have been that. But now the only other thing that I don't know if this happened. Only way I would say as the father, I wouldn't mind if it was her biological father and her mother's gift to her. If it was that type of thing, I'll get ahead and back up because that's something that your parents wanted to get ahead and do for you. But if that's the only way, I would get ahead and back up because that's what they want to do for you. That's fine. But I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm not doing. I mean, and I don't know if the father could be the biological father could be in their life. We're not going to sit here and say he's a deadbeat dad or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It just happened. It didn't work out with them, so he can still be there. But I'm not going to get ahead and step on your toes. I can get ahead and do something for my daughter because I'm gonna call her my daughter. But if it's coming out of our budget, that $80,000, and she paying that straight up, oh no, we need to talk. But why you don't agree, Ace?
The reason why I don't agree is because at the end of the day, the daughter still lives there.
Mm-hmm.
That father may be sitting there saying, go ahead and allow the baby to get this $80,000 car because he ain't got to deal with it. He ain't got to deal with the maintenance. He ain't got to deal with the upkeep on it. He ain't got to deal with her not knowing how to drive it. The everyday maintenance is what he don't have to deal with. I'll give you a case in point. When Janae was 10 years old, I believe actually she was 9 years old. Her mom came to me and said to me, hey, I want to get Janae a phone. I was completely against it. Completely against it. I went to T. T was like, nah, I don't think that should happen. Well, her 10th birthday, her mother goes ahead and not only gives her a phone, but gives her an iPhone. An iPhone 7 at that. Now, her mother's argument...
Ace was mad because her phone was better than his. Yeah. That's what happened.
Actually, I had a 6 at the time, but it was still better than mine. But no, here's what got me. My thing was, I was pissed off because I said I didn't think that a 10-year-old needed that type of phone, especially because of the simple fact that at the time, more so, who was she calling? I didn't want her so bent on social media. So I was like, who is she calling? If she needs to call you, When she's with me, she can use my phone. Like, you know what I mean? Give her a regular phone and let her grow from it. Needless to say, she gave her the phone. She kept the phone. She still has the phone to this day. She hasn't upgraded it, anything like that. But her mother's thing was, well, she's with me, and that's the phone that I want her to have. And at the end of the day, I'm the one, as much as I'm arguing about it, I don't have to deal with the everyday wear and tear on that phone. Things that I may disagree with that my daughter does right now, I'm not there to be on top of her to say, no, don't do that, or yes, do that. So to equate it back to what we're talking about, if I was in the household, even though the father bought it, I would still be upset. Like, hey, you're bringing in the $80,000 car, but then you're going across town, and you don't have to deal with this.
Yeah.
This is a car you don't have to worry about. This is a car that if she doesn't know how to get it going, you ain't gonna be here in the morning to for her to say, I need to warm this car up or whatever.
What I need to do.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's, hey, you're with your dad and the car is gonna be with your dad, then I totally agree with you, Bill. I ain't got to say so over it. Yeah. But when it's in my household, I still have to deal with it. So I gotta agree with it.
So don't be bringing nothing over to my house that you're gonna leave at my house that I got to take care of. Now I get you.
It's just like the family member that buys our kids. We all got young kids that buy our kids the loud toy.
We already got those family members. It'll be the grandparents like, yep, leave it at your house.
They be like this. Like, yeah. That's easy for you to say. You ain't got to worry about the kid beating on the drum at 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
You at home.
No, I agree.
Well, it was for the baby. We didn't keep it at your house.
Yeah,
Right to the Spanish music.
And we got more time to get ahead and drop them off by you. You know, but all right, fellas. But look, like I said, people, please comment and let us know how you feel about this question. I think it was definitely a good question for the dads to go ahead and look out. And brother, if you want to hit us back and let us know what was the outcome after that conversation, you can always do that. But people, as y'all know, y'all can send them questions into dadsinterventionpodcast@gmail.com, and we will get ahead and give you the real right here on Dad's Intervention. So till next time, y'all keep asking them questions, and we're gonna keep answering them, y'all. See y'all next time. Peace. Daddy.